When I hear a good public speaker, I always see somebody who is just captivating their audience with an idea, no matter how big or how small that idea is. And the audience is just all eyes on them and they want more and they're asking for more through their body language and through how eagerly they're listening to the person talking. And that's always something that I've wanted to do. That's something that I've wanted to be good at. It's just I've always been afraid. I've always been nervous and I've shied away from public speaking. I don't have very much experience because I've always been afraid to do so. But it's something that I want to continue to learn more and more about. And as I've read this book, TED Talks by Chris Anderson, I've started to learn a little bit more about what makes a good speaker. And he basically summarizes what I think is going to be what most of the book is about building the idea that you're trying to present in someone else's mind. And on page 12 of his book, he says, your number one mission as a speaker is to take something that matters deeply to you and rebuild it inside the minds of your listeners. And I think that's the fundamental idea, the fundamental aspect of being a good public speaker. You have to be able to build an idea and form it in someone else's mind so that they can understand it. He also begins to talk about language and how it's important to make sure that the person you're trying to get an idea across to understands it. So you may have to formulate your words in other ways. You would never explain to a child how photosynthesis works using words like glucose. You would say that it makes its food with light because that's what a child understands. Everyone uses different language, so it's important to understand that. And he begins to talk about that a little bit in the book. But the most important thing that I read in his book is where he talks about how anyone can be a public speaker. It's not about charisma. It's not something you're born with. He says it like this. Facility with public speaking is not a gift granted at birth to a lucky few. It's a broad-ranging set of skills. There are hundreds of ways to give a talk, and everyone can find an approach that's right for them and learn the necessary skills to do it well. And I think that's what gives me courage is that while I may not be the best public speaker and I may be nervous sometimes, anyone can do it and anyone can be good at it. And you just have to believe in yourself. And I'm excited to learn more about becoming a good public speaker through this book.